Hello, and welcome back to the studio for another unboxing. Yeah, but this time it's something tech. I finally finished grading, turned in my grades today. So this coming week, I will have the whole week to fool around with the Vision Pro and come up with some Vision Pro content for next week, which I know some of you have been waiting for. I'm now done with school. I can just fool around with YouTube until the end of August when I have to go back and start all over again. So what are we here to unbox then? The Sofabaton X1S. Now I did a review and setup like a year or two ago. I'll link it up here on the Sofabaton U1, which they don't even sell anymore. Now it's been upgraded to the U2. And it's the one that's like around 50 bucks. Maybe you can get it under 50 bucks. This is the 200 and something dollar one, but wait, it's been on sale recently for like $189 at both the Sofabaton website and Amazon. But if you go look around, I'm not a big enough YouTube channel to get coupon deals, but there are other YouTubers who've reviewed this who do have coupon deals to get you another, I don't know, 20%. I paid $150. It's like $229 and I got it for $150 from the Sofabaton website because the video whose links I was using, Amazon didn't accept their additional 20% off coupon, but Sofabaton did. And Amazon said they'd have it here in 2 days. Guess what? Sofabaton had it here in 2 days. You can go either way. Personally, I'd go the way that is cheaper, which is get it from Sofabaton, where you can use one of those 20% off coupons from one of the bigger YouTubers who actually get coupon codes from manufacturers and stuff. I bought this with my own money. First, let me tell you my story. If you go watch that video, and I don't recommend it, but if you did, you'd see that I had a whole bunch of remotes lying by my bed in my bedroom, and I replaced them all with one, the Sofabaton. And it was fairly easy. It has lots of hard buttons. It's a good little remote for like 50 bucks, and it will control up to 15 devices. But if you're looking for a universal remote, it's probably because your Harmony died and they don't make them anymore. And you're used to activities. Guess what? This one does activities. So this is a much better remote. It costs triple the amount of the other one, but it's way better. And it has a well, we'll get into it in a minute. Now in the living room, where I have lots of devices and lots of remotes, years ago I bought a Pronto Pro NG, which was a programmable touchscreen color, and I programmed it so like all of the device screens are my designs, and it's perfect for me. But for those of you who like harmonies, this one will do 90% of what mine will do. By the way, I bought like 2 extra on eBay so that if it ever breaks, I'm still good, because they stopped making the Pronto Pro years ago. But all the codes are still uploaded to Remote Control Central, the website. So if you can find an old Pronto Pro, now you'd have to learn to program, and it's a real pain. This is a piece of cake. I guess that's all the story I have. So why don't we get right into the box? This is the long-awaited replacement for the Harmony, which everybody's been crying ever since they stopped making it. It wasn't for me, but it was kind of wonderful for the people that had it. But in here, I can feel it slide. There we go. Now, if you go look at the U2, it has like number buttons, and it has a lot more buttons, but it has a much smaller screen that doesn't have room for as much stuff. And you're going to see this one will do a lot. And so it comes with this little handy dandy manual. How do I set it up? Well, how we're going to set it up, we're going to use the app, which is why it's better than the Harmony. The Harmony, you had to plug into a computer, and then it would download it over the internet. Well, this still downloads over the internet, but into an app and then into the remote. Then we have the actual remote. Oh, we have a little peel. Hold on. My little tab broke. Take 2. Okay, that wasn't very exciting. You ASMR people, this was not a good video for you to watch. That's the only peel. Now, also in the box here are a little card about the basic settings. And then this is what makes it all possible. This is the hub, which you will put probably in your entertainment console or over by all the devices. And then see, it will communicate with this guy. Oh, it's kind of cute. It has a little indicator light on the front, so you'll know when things are going on. And then on the back, it has USB for power. Let's get out these little cords. So here's a USB-A to USB-C. That's the power cord. And it comes with a little guy. I put it in right the first time. That's never happened before. But wait, then what's this? The U2 takes like AA batteries, I believe. But this is rechargeable. So you have to charge this guy, which, by the way, well, the cord isn't long enough to get it under the camera. It's got about 2/3 battery, so I'll be charging that while I'm talking. Later, we're going to have to plug this in. Here are the other cool things. These are little IR repeaters. So this is a single, and this one has 2, and they plug into these 2 little holes back here on the back of the hub. Let's say you have an entertainment console and some of your devices are behind doors, and up till now you had to go open the doors in order to use the remotes. Well, now see, you can have this hub inside that console and then run these little wires around and put these things in front of your devices, and they have little peel-off tape so you can stick them so that they will send the infrared signals to your devices through these little things. Or if you have a device that's like, you don't want to be swinging the remote around trying to get to it. Oh, but wait, there's more. Because you may not have to use IR, infrared. So when you open the app, you're presented with, if you don't have the app, you just go download it from the App Store. It's free. The U series, the app will still work with the U1 that I have, but there's now a better one, the U2. But we have an X series here, so we'll hit that. And we need to set up a new hub. Okay, it's connected to a power outlet. Oh, I thought it was a plug, it was a button. And hold the button for 3 seconds. Next. Yes, it's blinking. There we go, Sofabaton. Allow it to connect. Okay, so I gave it my Wi-Fi password. It's confirming. Done. There's my hub, sitting right there. We'll hit the hub. No devices. And you see over here, look. But see over here, it says activities. And that's what we're going to get to. But first, we have to add devices. So I guess we hit the little plus sign. My first device is the TV in the bedroom, which is an LG. Okay, I think I'll just take those commands. And the icon is already chosen a TV. Complete. And now it's going to download the database.
A few moments later.
So there we go. Device has been added. Complete. And now, see, it's syncing. Okay, so now these two guys are synced together, but I want more devices. Notice it says infrared, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. And I don't know. Oh, StreamBar Pro right there. Okay, so now I have all my devices. So now what we want to do is create an activity. So now I've created the TiVo activity, which will turn on the TV, turn on the stream bar for my audio, and the TiVo is always on. You've seen all the stuff you need to see on here, but I think we've learned just from this little part that you need to know an awful lot about how your devices work. This is why I used to have to set up my sister's Harmony, because she couldn't figure out answers to all these questions. So if you're like not a big technophile, this may not be the one for you. I mean, once you've got it all set up, you can hand it to your significant other, your child, and they'll be able to do anything they want. But somebody's going to have to spend, maybe it'll be your child, I don't know. Somebody's going to have to do a lot of time setting this up. I will be back.
2 hours later.
So I'm back and I've got it all programmed and it runs everything down in my bedroom, and I did not feel like dragging the cameras down there because it's been over 2 hours that I was down there messing with it. Here's a couple of key takeaways. The way you select things is there's a scroll button. Well, you press it to select this stuff. Nothing else on this remote will select things up there except this button. It's not a touch screen. Doesn't do it. Gotta roll that and then hit it. Well, that took me a while to figure out. I actually had to go watch a video and watch someone actually press it. I went, oh, well, of course. I'm an idiot. Oh, you knew that. One of the reasons it took me long to get it set up was that I did not read this little tiny manual that came with it. And if you look right here, number 1, how do I set it up? And there's a thing. Please note that the X1S remote does not have an infrared emitter, and all control signals are sent from the hub. Well, I had the hub placed so that it wasn't, whatever it was sending, my stuff wasn't getting because it was behind stuff. So I had to, once I moved it around in front, well, then everything worked like a champ. And as you can see here on the thing, I have it set up where I can watch my Roku, watch YouTube, anything, any streaming stuff. I can watch my TiVo, and I can watch the Sony Blu-ray player. It doesn't always get the input switches right, but I think that's my TV's fault. I don't think it's this guy's fault, because I don't think my TV has like HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3 commands. I think you have to cycle. When it doesn't work, you get out the app, because the app will do everything the remote will do. It will communicate with the hub, and so you don't even actually need this. You can do it all from the app. If it's not on the right input, well, actually, oh, look, it lit up over here, so it knows I'm watching TiVo. Then I'm thinking that my TiVo is actually on downstairs. There's a little repair button, not on the app, not on the remote, but over here on the app. Like if something didn't turn on right. But if some things aren't turned on or turned off, or if the thing is that, so you can fool around a little here in the app. I don't know how you do that over here. Maybe there's not a way. But I don't know about you. I always have my phone. Oh, and by the way, this means if the battery's dead on this thing, you're good. Use the app. So everything this will do, the app will do. See, it's got the same thing, the same activities. Plus you can add new things over here, which you can't do over here. So my opinion had like plummeted close to 0. I was thinking the end of the video was going to be me telling you not to buy it. No, but understand that it's complex, it's complicated, and having things come on and off in the right order, you may want to use the app, because then you have that repair thing up in the corner where you can say, no, the thing didn't come on right. Because it tells you when you set an activity up, it says what state is everything in, and you say everything's off. But then you go do that activity. Well, then when you go to do another activity, well, they aren't off anymore. Oh, I remember this. Wait, I have a solution. I remember this with my sister. When you want to switch activities, hit the off button. It will turn everything off. Then they'll be in the off state that the remote expects them to be, so that then when you hit the next activity, you'll turn everything back on. It seems stupid, but it's the way you got to do it. If you're on this, if you're using the remote, when you finish an activity, hit the off button and then go to your next activity. If you've got this, you've got that little repair thing up in the corner where you can say what didn't come on. You can turn things off and on. It is a good substitute for the Harmony. It downloads stuff off the internet faster. Plus, you have a backup. If your Harmony, if the batteries were dead, you were dead. Here, you have the app. So even if your batteries are dead, you can still use the app. You can still watch TV. You can still do all the stuff. That just kind of makes me like it more. The key, though, is the hub has to be where it sends out its infrared signals. So it kind of has to be in front of your devices. Aha! That's why they give you these, so that you don't have to have it in front of all of your devices. Like maybe you have a few like Rokus and things in a cabinet, and you can have that with that. And then you can run this over to your devices, like your VCR over here. Yeah, I know, you don't have VCRs. I'm an old man. But, to your DVD or to your other things. So, oh, and the other thing I was not able to, even though Roku Soundbar Pro shows up under Wi-Fi, you see this little like searching thing? It never finds it. So I guess mine is too old because I did buy it a couple of years ago. I'll link the video down there where I bought it. But I'm having to use the infrared for the stream bar. By the way, which works. You can see, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I started shooting this video at 6:30. Most of it was my idiocy. And once I understood how it worked and that the infrared was coming out of the thing and not out of this, because I was waving this around, it wasn't doing a damn thing. Because, well, look, no emitter. There's nothing to come out of it. It just sends commands to the hub, and then the hub sends the signals out. Once I figured it out, I got it working. But I got to warn you, if you're not a bit of a techie. Now, by the way, if you're trying to control, the U2 controls up to 15 devices. This controls up to 50, and in some places it says 60. I don't know how many it really does, but it's at least 50. Well, if you're trying to control 50 devices with the same remote, you're probably sharp enough to figure out all the little ins and outs of this thing. You're not a casual consumer. If you are a casual consumer, you may want to get the U2, the $50 one, because it'll control up to 15 devices. It has an emitter in the thing, but it won't do the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi stuff. So if you have devices that cannot be controlled by infrared, now see my stream bar, it will be Wi-Fi and infrared, and the TiVo will be Bluetooth and infrared. That is the Sofabaton XS1. This is a suitable replacement for the Harmony. It's better than the Harmony. It will control more devices. You can set up more activities. You can do more stuff. It has a lot of stuff that you can then correct in the app, which again, with the Harmony, it was back on your computer. So every time you screwed up, this is why my sister made me do it for her, because I had to go get back on the computer, download everything again, then try, and it wouldn't work. And I'd go, here, you're right there on your phone, and all the stuff's right in front of you. You can test it all out. There's even things where when you're going through, it'll say test. Did it work? And you say yes, and then it knows that was good. So that's the Sofabaton XS1. I can recommend it. I just will tell you to have a drink, calm down before you start setting it up, because you may end up pulling your hair like I did. Well, if you watch this video to the end, you know what to look out for now. So that's it for today. Next week, Vision Pro, I promise. I got all week. I have a full week to work on stuff so I can come up with a good Vision Pro video. Are any of my videos good? Yeah, you be the judge. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. And now I'm waving back here while I'm thinking about what am I going to do with the Vision Pro? Well, you'll find out next week. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.